Okay, it looks like we're on. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I have just woken up not too long ago, but I thought, you know what? Why not all sort of wake up together? Everyone can just sort of join me in waking up. um, so this is our last live chat before 2018. I sort of just realized that if I didn't do a chat today, we wouldn't have a last live chat prior to 2018. So if there are any questions, thoughts, comments, anything like that that you have, feel free to leave them in the comment box and I will certainly address them. And if we have some time and anyone wants to do a hangout, then we can do that because we haven't done a hangouts for a very long time, and I'll totally be up for having a nice live hangouts to end our comment below and let me know. Yeah, so let's head over to the room and see what's going on. Thoughts, comments, or questions, feel free to ask me. I'm an open book today, so nothing is off the table. Ask me anything. And yeah, let's see how we go as I head over to the room. Chase is in the room. Hi, Chase. How are you? I hope I'm not coming across as too blurry. Wow. I hope that's not the case. Chase says he's about to pass out because a celeb followed his Twitter. Oh, which celebrity followed your Twitter, Chase? Let me know. Billy Flynn, who plays Chad on Days of Our Lives, followed me. That is so awesome. Fantastic, Chase. Oh, yay. It's always nice when celebrities follow us on Twitter, isn't it? President A is here. President A says, hi all. Hi, President A. I hope you can see me and I hope you can hear me. It does look rather blurry on my end, so I do apologize about that. I don't know why that is the case. I don't have any connection issues or anything, so I don't know what's going on there. And when I look at the actual live chat feed, the image is very sharp. So I'm quite surprised that it's not projecting onto the YouTube screen. That is very, very annoying. So let's hope that that gets fixed, yeah? All right, so what would you guys like to discuss prior to going into 2018? I'm going to say hopefully this blurriness goes away. Any last questions that you have for me today? I am an open book, so feel free to go ahead and ask, and I will give you an answer. I might try and refresh this page and see if it makes a difference. I really do apologize about this. It's really unfortunate that it's so blurry. It really shouldn't be. And it still is. Oh. That's really not good. Blurry. Yeah, I'm really, really surprised at that fact. I honestly don't get it. As I say, in the actual live chat box, I'm quite crystal clear, so I don't know why that's the case. That's very annoying. If you do have any questions, certainly feel free to let me know. And hopefully the blurriness will just fade away. So President A says, have you ever cried during a TV show? If so, what was it? Mine was the Dawson's Creek finale. Aww. That was a good show, Dawson's Creek. I do miss that one. Have I ever cried during a TV show? I'm sure I have. Oh, God. I cried during the Pretty Little Liars finale, probably for all the wrong reasons. But then again, I did cry for a right reason in finale, and that was Spencer bringing the home to Toby. So definitely cried during that. But yeah, I have cried during different TV shows, and the lead up to Christmas, I was watching 2 Christmas movies, and I cried through both on 34th Street and A Muppet's Christmas Carol, and I couldn't believe that I cried through them. I am so sorry about the fact that this is so blurry, you guys. If there's a way to fix it, someone feel free to let me know. I really shouldn't have come across so blurry. Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Sarah says it's blurry on her end as well. I don't think the YouTube gods like me very much. Maybe Marlene King is in the room, or maybe Marlene King has gamed up with the directors and producers of Riverdale, and they've decided to come in and just wreck the stream for me. So I do apologize about that. If there's a thumbs down at the end of this video, then we'll know for sure that Marlene entered the room. So I'm so sorry about this, you guys. If there's any way that you guys know to fix this, let me know, and I'll certainly do whatever I can to fix it for you. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking and hopefully you can hear me. Maybe it might be better for me to make this an audio stream. Can you guys hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, let me know and I'll make it an audio stream and it might just be easier to deal with. Anyway, welcome Sarah to the room. Great to have you here. Ice cream, I'm going to get ice cream. Well, good on you, Chase. You go and get yourself ice cream. Oh, I did not do that. That was really, really weird. I might actually just turn this onto an audio right away. You can hear me fine. Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. All right. So I've now turned this on to just an audio thing. I was more than happy for you guys to see me, but clearly we've been having vision issues. So I apologize. Maybe we'll try and deal with that a little bit later. Now, I was saying early on before I go back to what you guys are saying that we might end this chat with some Hangouts. If you guys are up for it, you decide to go down a Hangouts path, then we will definitely do it on air. So if you're up for an on-air Hangouts chat, let me know. If you're up for an off-air Hangouts chat, also let me know that as well. I might consider doing one a little later on today prior to the new year, but certainly considering having one in this chat because I can't very well have the last chat of the year and not do a Hangouts. All right, Chase, let me know what ice cream you end up getting. President A says, I cried when Jen Lindley was in hospital. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Absolutely. What a great show it was too. Pamela has joined us. Hi, Pamela. Pamela says, yes, I can hear you playing. Wonderful. Maria Ann is here. Hi, Maria Ann. She says, hey, everyone. Great to have you here in the room. This is so cool that you guys are just coming by because this was so impromptu done. Chase says he can hear me. Pamela says, lol, yes, I can hear you playing. Yay. Sarah says, let me know if you do a Hangouts. I will, Sarah. I assume you mean off-air. I will let you know if I do an off-air Hangouts for sure. I would like to do an on-air Hangouts if we get the chance. And Sarah says, Shay says, I got chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh, nice. Very nice. You know, I like, what's that ice cream called? That's from America, and we have it here. And I keep thinking of Barnes & Noble, and I know that's not it because that's the store. Ben & Jerry's. I love Ben & Jerry's, and I used to love the cookie dough one of Ben & Jerry's. I haven't had Ben & Jerry's for ages, y'all. I have to go and get myself some Ben & Jerry's. Anyway, so what's going on with everyone? Are we all preparing for the new year? So yesterday I did a video on my favorite shows for 2017 and my worst shows for 2017. I'd love to hear what you guys, what your opinion is on your favorite shows, not necessarily that were on TV in 2017, but that you watched in 2017. So it could have been one from ages ago, but you just watched it, that you absolutely loved, and ones that you absolutely hated. Certainly feel free to let me know. I also want to be completely honest with you guys. Some of you guys recommended some great shows to me, including but not limited to Gypsy, Stranger Things, Orphan Black, which I think I watched a couple of episodes of. But they didn't really go anywhere. I do apologize about that. I acted with time. Please feel free in the new year to continue recommending shows to me, because if I watch a show and I love it, then we will definitely add it here to comment below and let me know. So Chase says Barnes & Noble ice cream. Well, could you imagine? I've never been to Barnes & Noble, but that was the name that came into my head. Maria Ann says, I'm here just a tad bit frozen. It's 20 degrees Fahrenheit with a real feel of 7. Yeah, so Maria Ann, I have to say, like, honestly, it's been up and down weather over here. Like, we've had some days that are quite cool in weather, and then we've had some days that are, like, extremely hot in weather. So it's been really, really confusing. Sarah says, The Good Place. Yes, The Good Place for a good one or a bad one? I definitely feel like The Good Place season 1 was fantastic, and I definitely recommend it to people to watch. I did make mention of The Good Place in my last video. Great show, without getting too much away at all, because you find this out in the first 5 minutes, basically. We see this character who's not necessarily a good person. She's sort of, well, a bitch to everyone. She dies and ends up going to the good place, which one can only assume is heaven, and it is a fantastic comedy. It's certainly something that is different to anything I'd ever seen, and I definitely recommend that people watch it in 2018. Chase says 2 of his best were The Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf 2. Yeah, so I really need to get back to Teen Wolf. I know I've said that many times, but I really, really do, because I loved that show back in the day, especially the main character. He was so awesome. I have to get back into that. So thank you for reminding me about Teen Wolf. I used to watch The Vampire Diaries, but I sort of stopped once we got to a certain point, and then I heard a rumor that the main character woman actually left the series. And if that's the case, I don't know if I will be able to, watch it again, because that sort of upsets me, because I did have a lot of love for her, especially during the whole doppelganger era. LJ says, hey, Francois. Hey, LJ. Thank you so much for being here. You love watching the videos recently. Got a few comments from you, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you for being here at the chat. President A says, not celebrating New Year's this year due to working tomorrow early in the morning. True, President A, but I did see that you celebrated New Year's early, and that's totally fine. If I had the option to celebrate it early, I would have done so also. So it looks like you had a good time celebrating it early, which is really, really, really good. So just a reminder, if you guys are in the room, you have any questions for me today, and for one time only, I am a totally open book. So if you have any questions at all, I am sort of bound to answer them today. So go ahead and feel free to ask. Where are we? So LJ says, why can't I see you? LJ, the reason you can't see me is because when we started off doing this live stream, the visual was really, really blurry, and it was very, very distracting. So I thought, just to make things easier, we'll focus on one sense, the sense of hearing, and I'll just turn the stream off. I might turn it on a little later. We'll have to wait and see. Also, a reminder for anyone who has recently joined into the room, I am looking at doing a hangout towards the end of this chat to end the year, and that hangout will take place on air. So if you'd like to be a part of that, please stick around. We'll probably do that, I would say, in half an hour or less. So please stick around for that if you would like to go on the hangouts. Sarah says, we had 3 days of hotter weather. It's cooler today, thank goodness, and the good, awesome show. Yeah, I'm glad that it's cooler for you today, Sarah. I know that it has been very warm in Sydney as well. Unlike the rest of the world where you guys are all frozen and wanting warm weather, trust me, we have more than enough in Australia to hand out to you guys. It has been absolutely ridiculous over here. I have been so looking forward to coming into the summer season, but I'll tell you what, after just a couple of days of like high 30s in the Celsius degrees, oh my gosh, I'm way over summer. And yes, The Good Place was definitely an awesome show. A lot of love for The Good Place, especially the main character, and of course the one that plays Tahani. As those of you know who have followed me following the show, you know I love Tahani. I can't wait to see her come back, and I'm pretty sure that The Good Place The Good Place comes back in January. I'm just about to double check on that one for you, but I'm pretty sure they come back in January, because there are so many shows that are coming back in January. It really surprised me. So yes, I can confirm that The Good Place is coming back in America on the 4th of January, in Australia on the 5th of January. So there we go. How very awesome is that? Okay, Chase says Stuck in the Middle is a good one in 2017 too. So I have not seen Stuck in the Middle. Is that anything like Malcolm in the Middle? Feel free to let me know, but I haven't seen that one. So thank you for the recommendation. Yep, Sarah explained the issues we had to LJ. Thank you. LJ says he watches The Good Place. Yeah, so what do you think of The Good Place, LJ? Are you enjoying it? Final eps in January. Oh, wow. Final eps of the season or final eps ever? That would be kind of sad. I will say personally, there are no bad episodes of The Good Place where, like, there were bad episodes of Pretty Little Liars this year. There are no bad episodes of The Good Place, but I do feel that season 1 for me was much better than season 2. So if The Good Place, crossing fingers, touching wood, hope it doesn't happen, but if it does get cancelled at the end of this season, I would not necessarily be surprised because the second season has gone a little bit downhill compared to the first one. Pamela says, it's freezing here in Richmond, Virginia. Supposed to be the coldest New Year's in several decades. Oh, there you go, Pamela. You can take some of our heat and we'll take some of your cool weather. And then everyone will be very, very happy, I'm sure. Maria Ann says, Vampire Diaries series finale. Sorry, I just lost you. Give me one sec. Series finale made me cry so much. Oh no, so I haven't seen obviously the series finale. I stopped it about halfway through. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that it made you cry so much. Was it because it was such a good episode, or was it because it was a bad episode? Those of you who followed PLL with me will know that I cried in my very first video after watching the finale, not because it was a good episode, not because it was leaving, but because of how terrible the finale was. It made me cry. So there. Chase says, yes, left in season 7 and 8, but returned in the last episode of season 8. Oh, the main character of Vampire Diaries. Oh, well, thank you. That's good to know that she at least returned for the last episode. LJ thanking Sarah. Sarah says, quiet New Year's for me. I used to go out and drink and party for New Year's, but I don't have the energy for that now. I completely understand. I don't know if it's necessarily about not having the energy for me, although, you know, putting to the test, that probably would. Christmas certainly exhausted me physically. But honestly, New Year's to me was never a huge holiday. Like, Christmas was always a big one for me. Easter was never massive for me. And but New Year's, you know, for me, New Year's is about you have a drink at midnight, and you call people and say Happy New Year, and that's really, really it. Speaking of Christmas and New Year, I just want to make a point because it's no one that I recognize on my channel. If it is someone that I don't recognize on my channel, I do apologize, but I just want to make a point of this so people understand. I woke up today and went onto Facebook just to realize that I was placed into a group, and I want to know what you guys feel about being placed into a group without asking to be placed into a group. What got to me wasn't so much that I was asked, but more what the group stands for. It turns out that this group is a group about Jesus and God and Catholicism or something like that. And it's nothing personal to anyone who's running that group, but I am of a different faith and a different religion to that. So I sort of woke up to that going, well, whoever added me to this doesn't know me that well, because I don't really have much to do with the Christian and Catholic God. Now, if you guys pray to your to God or Jesus or whatever, and you tell me that you do that, that's a different story. Like, I appreciate people who do pray, whether it's for me, my family. Comment below, let me know, whatever, that's fine. But I'm not going to be praying to Jesus or God because I have my own religion. So I was a little bit surprised about that. So what do you guys think about people who add you to groups without asking you? Does it offend you? Does it surprise you? Are you totally fine with it? Comment below and let. Chase says, yes, Nina, who played Elena, left season 7 and 8, but returned the last episode of season 8. Yes, so that's really, really cool. I should watch the finale in that case then. President Ace, I've been watching older shows like Dawson's Creek, Veronica Mars, other than Riverdale and The Good Place. Yeah, very good. I've been watching some old shows as well, President A, so very good point to make. I did like Dawson's Creek back in the day. I didn't really watch One Tree Hill. I know my sister was into it as well. My sister was into Veronica Mars. But yeah, I have been watching some older shows these days as Valentine Inc., which is not as old as those, but it was on, I think, in like 2008 or something, or just Valentine, not Valentine Inc. Secret Life of the American Teenager, and many, many others. The Nanny, of course, Charmed, all that. Because, you know, as Mrs. Doubtfire says, a classic never dies, dear. Okay, LJ says, good. Didn't hear if you talked about Will and Grace. No, I haven't talked about Will and Grace yet, but so glad you brought it up. Very, very happy that Will and Grace returned. I do feel like I've transported back in time to the 90s when I'm watching that. I did miss it so, so, so much. And despite the attempt they had at the very first episode, things have really gone uphill for Will and Grace and have just become really fantastic for the last couple of episodes. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm so happy that they're back for a whole other season after this one anyway. So yay, what do you think about it? Let me know. The Sonic Fan 108 is here. Hi, Sonic Fan 108. Great to have you along with us on this journey. Hope you're having a great lead up to the new year. Today, I am getting you guys to ask me whatever question you want, because today I am an open book. One chat only. You can ask me anything. LJ says, about Search Party, what you tell us. About a search party? I don't know what you're talking about a search party, LJ, but if you'd like to elaborate on that, I certainly will answer that for you. That's okay that you got my name spelt wrong, Sonic Fan 108. A lot of people get it wrong the first time that they write my name, so that's no problem at all. Maria Ann says, yeah, they might cancel the parade here in Philly for New Year's Day because it's cold. Oh my God, guys have a parade for New Year's? That is so awesome. Oh wait, we might have one for news too. What am I saying? Okay, guys, I have been living under a rock recently with the amount of things that have been coming to light to me this month that I didn't know. I wrote recently with the prelude, I really need to come up with a name for the rock I've been living under. So if you guys would like to name the rock I've been living under with all the things that I've been missing, feel free to do so. Because then after that, I can ask people if they've all been living under the rock with me. Because I've missed so many things. But there you go. I hope they don't have to cancel it there, Maria. And let us know. Certainly keep us updated. He says 4 final eps in January for Will and Grace. Okay, that is really cool. Can't wait to watch it. Didn't like what they did with Rosario's send-off. I got to be completely honest. I would have loved to have seen actual scenes with Rosario, like done flashbacks and stuff like that. But anyway, aside from that, I think it's great to have Will and Grace back. Chase says, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital, all good in 2017. They are soap operas. Yeah, so that's true. My stepmom loves Bold and the Beautiful. She's absolutely obsessed. I don't know if she watches Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives. She might have back in the day, but she loves Bold and the Beautiful. She can't get enough of that. So there you go. I'm not really a soap opera person myself, and I think I can blame Fran Fine, who one day she was talking to a fellow nanny about a show that she was watching, a soap opera that he hadn't seen for quite a few months. And he said, catch me up, I haven't seen this for quite a few. Fine's response was, well, we're still at Erica's party. And it's like, oh, well, okay. I mean, that's really the epitome of soap operas, isn't it? They sort of take forever to get anywhere, and that kind of annoys me. I know that there are people who love them, though, and that's totally fine, but that just kind of annoys me personally. LJ says, to Chase, I only saw a few episodes whilst on the treadmill. There you go. That's really cool and how productive. Maria Ann says, it was good, but really sad. If you ever get around to watching it again, you'll understand. What are we talking about, Maria Ann? I don't realize what we're talking about. Guys, can you let me know what it is that we're talking about? Even if you just in brackets give me a sort of a RE regarding this topic. I'm talking about this. Sorry about the confusion, guys. Just kind of answering a lot of things at once. Chase says, I don't like it. I told people if you place me in a group, you will get blocked. Yeah, absolutely, Chase. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm glad it's not just me. It really does annoy me. Unless I know the people. Yeah, there you go. I honestly don't like it personally myself, whether I know the people or not. I'd much rather someone privately message me and say, look, I've just started a group. The group is about this. Would you like to join? And then I can decide if I want to join or not, rather than myself going into the group and going, well, this group is not for me. I'm going to have to get out of here. But then what if they add me again? So I'm going to have to like kind of block the group or stop people from adding me. I just find it kind of rude, to be honest, but that's just me. Sonic Fan 108, so I don't think it's that bad considering there's always the option to leave. Different people will certainly think differently. I think what sort of got to me in this case was that it was a religion that wasn't mine. and it just irked me a little bit more than usual. But and that's no offense to anyone who is of the Christian or Catholicism faith. That's totally fine. I have a lot of respect for those people who study it. It's just not me, and I have. A lot of people have attempted to force me to join those. I have a lot of minor PTSD when it comes to being placed into a group without my own, without it being my choice, placed into a group that has something to do with the religion. Again, I have no issues. If you want to be a part of that, that's fine, but I'm just not. I have my own faith that I have. And so, yeah, that's just Maria Ann says, I think that's messed up. That's messed you to add you to a group without knowing what you stand for, or not even bothering to know or give a damn if they do know people. Yeah, people suck. Yeah, exactly. No, I consider it to be very, very rude. I feel like if the person knew me, and I don't know the person, quite frankly, so I don't like know how they end up on my Facebook, but anyway, so, but you would think that if they had gotten to know me, they would actually know that. I make no qualms and no bones about it. If you follow me here, comment below, let me know. You would know I am a Wiccan. You would know that because I do Sabbats and stuff here on my channel. A video on Letha, and I've done a video on Ostara. I plan to do one on Lamlas. I'm not going to preach to you guys because that's really not the Wiccan way. We're not about people, but you know, at the same time, I just wish people would respect my right to have my own religion and stick to my own, as I do with others to do theirs. But thank you, Maria Ann. President A says, I don't like being added to a group when I'm not asked first. Yay, so you agree. Excellent, President A. Sonic Fan 108 says, just so you know, Francois, it's me, Gerard, if you remember. Oh, hi, Gerard. I do remember you, of course. Sorry, guys, about that. Absolutely, I remember you from Captain Swiss's channel. Excellent to have you here, Gerard. Wonderful. Sarah says, people who know you well should know you would not appreciate or benefit from being added to that type of religious group. But yes, you can just leave, and hopefully being added to random groups doesn't happen often. Yeah, so it does happen more often than you would think for me, and that's what really annoys me. Like, I'm probably added to a new group twice a week these days, and it's just really annoying, and I do consider it to be rather rude. Yeah, I don't know, like, can you imagine it in real life? It's like you just wake up one day in a group in real life, not on Facebook, and you're sort of like, oh, how'd I get here? Oh, well, you know, Rachel decided, you know, that you were going to be part of the group, so we came into your house at night and took you from your bed because we wanted you to be here for the meeting. It's like, are you serious? Like, I just find it really rude, but anyway. Where are we? Maria Ann says, I'm really tired, so I'm going to try to sleep. Good night, morning, afternoon, and a happy new year. Stay safe, everyone. Happy new year to you too, Maria Ann. I look forward to seeing you in 2018. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve. I'm sure that I'll be up when it's New Year's Eve for you, Maria Ann. But have a good sleep, sweetie, and we'll see you soon. Chase says, Rocky can be the Rock's name. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. Yeah, so I've been living under Rocky the Rock, and that's why I don't know all these things. Sarah says, Happy New Year to Maria. LJ says, you have to watch Search Party. Please do 10 episodes per series and 2 so far. Thank you for the recommendation. I will definitely write it down. What's it called? Search Party. Wonderful. I'll have a look, and I'll let you know what I think. I promise to have a look. I don't promise to stick with a series, but I do promise to have a look. Speaking of which, for those of you who were following the show 10 Days in the Valley with me, I'm sorry, but don't bother to follow it with me anymore. Because I started trying to catch up with the episodes that came out this last month, and I watched, I think it was like season 1, episode 5, and about 10 minutes in, I was just so over the show, which surprised me, but I'm now done with 10 Days in the Valley, just letting you know. It just really started boring me. President A. President A says, name the Rock Alex Drake. I love that, President A. That's awesome. Gerard, your opinion on Doctor Who. I have to be completely honest, Gerard, I have not seen Doctor Who. A lot of people tell me how great it is, including my dad and members of my family. They say it's quite an awesome show, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. Maybe I should just watch a random episode so I can let everyone in my family, and of course you as well, know what I think. But I haven't seen it, so I can't answer that, unfortunately. Maria Ann says, try to search videos under the title Mama's Parade Philadelphia on New Year's. It's a huge deal here. I will. Thank you so much for that. I totally will. All right, guys, feel free to keep commenting, but as one of our own, MC, would say, it's time for Francois to hydrate, so I'm just going to have a very quick drink of my coffee. I'll just be a moment. Oh, and by the way, you guys, if I talk too fast, feel free to let me know. I do realize, excuse me, when I look back on my videos that I'm sort of going at 100 miles an hour or faster, and it comes across to me like blah, 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 blah. So if that's the case for you guys, certainly feel free to say, slow down, Francois. We can do with you talking a little. Thank you. All right. I will definitely look that up, Marie, and thank you. Pamela says, not unless you really know each other well, like I know you guys, and it's okay that you put me in a group, but to be in a group that you don't even know, I feel like maybe they should ask you first. I agree, Pamela, and it was just, I just considered it to be very, very rude. Marie Ann says, thank you to Sarah, yay! And I was talking about Vampire Diaries being sad. Oh, thank you, Marie Ann, for the elaboration. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I definitely will have to look back into that. Chase says, Alex Drake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to name it, but I know I have the two options of Alex Drake and Rocky. I do like Rocky, though. It's rather cute, like Rocky the Rock. But we'll have to see. Sarah says, haha, yes, I've told you at times, take a breath, boy. Yes, you have, Sarah. Thank you very much. Okay, now, is it a little bit easier if I talk like this? This might just be an easier flow for the way that I talk, and might be easier for everyone to understand. I can talk like this. And that's not a comment on Sarah at all, but I've watched people on YouTube and they talk very, very, very slow. And this is something that I've had for a long time, just so you know. This is not a YouTube thing. My mum used to call me Francois 5,000 word essay Thurston, because she would ask me like one question that had like 5, 6 words, and I would pour out 5,000 words in a row as a response, just blah, blah, blah. So I've had this for years. I think I would definitely get on very well with Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. Just place me in with them and we'll just have really fast conversations together. But I realize that a lot of people would prefer for me to slow down, so I will try to. I'm not conscious of it all the time. So if you want me to slow down, feel free to let me know in case I forget. So LJ says, question for you, are you reading anything at the moment? I am actually. I am rereading at the moment, to be honest. I'm rereading Harry Potter. I just finished reading Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban, which I loved. The book ended so much better than the film. I keep forgetting how, like, the film just ends so quickly. I don't like how the film ends. But I love the ending of the book, so I'm about to go into the Goblet of Fire. I'm very much looking forward to reading the Goblet of Fire because the film portrays, for those Harry Potter fans out there, a little bit of trivia. The film portrays Bo Batten's Academy and what's the other one? Durmstrang to be single-gender schools. So the film portrays Bo Batten's to be an all-girls school and Durmstrang to be an all-boys school. This is not the case at all. If you read the books, you will know that J.K. Rowling mentions a couple of boys from Bo Batten's and a couple of girls from Durmstrang. So I'm very much looking forward to rereading that again. Can't read Harry Potter enough. But if you guys have any great recommendations for stories, for books to read, let me know, because I love my reading just as much as I love my writing. So good question, LJ. Thank you. Gerard says, in terms of Doctor Who, I recommend starting from the very start, since that's a really good introduction to the universe. Okay, I will. I'll start watching from the pilot episode and let you know what I think. Thank you, Gerard. Chase says, Alex Drake, yeah. Honestly, Alex Drake probably gets points for the most annoying character for 2017. You know, what line is stuck in your mind from any character the most in 2017? My answer would have to be Alex Drake's, do you want a sedative? That did not leave my mind for a very, very, very long time. And it's part of the reason that I'm very, very happy to leave Pretty Little Liars in 2017. Okay, Gerard says like 2005 onwards. Okay, cool. Thank you. Wait, are you talking about what I'm reading, or are you talking about Doctor Who? Let me know, Gerard. Sarah says, haha, it's okay. You and I on the phone is quite fast-paced conversation. That's true, Sarah. That's very, very true. What about Charlie? Does he talk really fast? Let me know. I'm very intrigued. And if anyone else has a pet, let me know if they talk really, really fast or if they talk really, really slow. You know? They might go meow, or they might go meow, 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 or something. LJ says, the tempo of your speech is okay. Love your English, by the way. Thank you so much, LJ. I really appreciate that. Having hung out with a lot of people that would describe themselves as Aussies, I tried to do growing up, and it's just stuck with me now, is I tried to speak English as correctly as I can. It's not necessarily like a poncy, snobby thing. It was just, for me, I feel English language is such a beautiful language, and I just wanted to, you know, pronounce each word correctly, because it's, you know, it's placed there for a reason. In Australia, there's so much twang, and the twang really annoys me. I also is genetics. My father's side is English, while my mother's side is Dutch, but which shows a lot of my what do you call it? Respect and openness and all of that kind of thing certainly comes from the Dutch side. But yeah, my longing to have as perfect English as I possibly can definitely comes from the English side. But thank you. I appreciate that you noticed my speech and my English. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because if you listen to other Australians, and Sarah, the person that's talking here, whose name is Sol Solaris, Sarah, she speaks really good English as well. Where a lot of other Aussies will do what you expect of an Australian, you know, g'day, mate, yeah, we threw a shrimp on the barbie, oh yeah, it's Wednesday night. Yeah, no. So that's just not me. But thank you. Chase says it's by Stephen King. Oh, Chase, I've missed what we're talking about. What's by Stephen King? Let me know. Pamela says, yeah, I like Rocky too. I think it's cute. Yeah, I do too. I don't like the films about Rocky, because I'm just not sort of thing. The Rock, I think, is just really cute. President A says, a couple of movie recommendations. I've lost you. There we go. A couple of movie recommendations. Greatest Showman and Jumanji 2, they both great movies. Oh, fantastic. The Greatest Showman, it does look really good. I really want to see the latest Saw film, but I think that's already come out of cinemas, so I think I've missed that. And I also want to see the latest Child's Play, or if you prefer, Chucky film that's come out. So I definitely will be watching those. 18. I liked Jumanji 1, but not so much to think I'm going to rush out and see Jumanji 2. But definitely I would like to see The Greatest Showman. It does look really, really good. And if I can, guys, that you probably have not heard about, it would be the film Imaginarium. Not Imaginarium, Imaginarium. It's a great film. The reason I know about it is because it's based, Mamma Mia is based on ABBA music. Imaginarium is a film based on the music of one of my favorite bands, But if you're not a fan of Nightwish, don't let that turn you off. The experience of watching the film is fantastic. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. So certainly feel free to look up Imaginarium and let me know what you think, as I will look up Showman. And also the others I want to see, Saw and Chucky. Now, if you are still in the room and you would like to join me on Hangouts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in the comment below and let me know Facebook group. So for those of you who don't know, we did have a Facebook group, and then the Facebook group I got rid of because it wasn't serving its purpose, and then Skylar opened up another one, so well done Skylar, and everyone's just there, which in a way is very good because I missed, you know, being able to say hi to everyone over there. So I'm going to put the link of the Hangouts over there in a moment, and if you'd like to join me on this stream, you certainly can. Don't know how long the Hangouts will go for, but it's just something that I want to do for the sake of ending the year with a live Hangouts. Okay. Chase says Alex Drake is the most hated in 2017. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, people have been debating over what is the worst reveal, Riverdale or PLL. And I have to say, without a doubt, PLL. I hated the Riverdale reveal. Don't get me wrong. I really hated the Riverdale reveal. But PLL was far worse for me because I was so much more invested and it was a character we didn't know. But I will start pulling my hair out again if I get into all of that. So I'm going to try hard not to. Gerard says, talking about Doctor Who, just start from the start of the 2005 reboot. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Gerard, for elaborating there. I appreciate it. I will do. Says, I used to talk really fast when I was younger, but I learned to slow it down in my teen years. Oh, there you fantastic. Yeah, so I just talk really, 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 really fast, and I honestly don't know why it's the case. I think I will blame a little bit of it on Gilmore Girls. So thank you, Amy Sherman Palladino. Lots of love to you for not only Gilmore Girls, but also Bunheads, which I absolutely love. But yeah, just week after week watching Rory and Laura and I talk as fast as they do. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot to say. Maybe that's what it is. And so whilst I'm talking, my mind is like thinking of 100 other words that I want to say, and it's all just shooting out. Anyway, I don't know, honestly, but I will try my best to slow down. Sarah says, Charlie, when he does decide to talk, talks very fast. Comes in like, meow, 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 meow. I love it. And hello to Charlie. I love that so much. That's so cute. Sarah says, Australians in general. Yeah, I feel like Australians can talk fast in general. I feel like Aussies, which those of you who follow, comment below and let me know that I like to place a distinction between the two. Aussies equal twang, Australians equal speak proper English. Aussies may talk very fast, but it sounds like you're listening to a country music song on a cappella. Yeah, no offense to country music. I like country music. And I have a lot of respect for, what's her name, Beverly Mitchell. For those of you who watch Seventh Heaven, here's a bit of trivia for you. The actress who played Lucy Camden actually released her own album. It's a country album, and really, really good, featuring things like Good Girls Want to Be Bad Sometimes Too, and other songs along the way. I like country music. Aria from PLL, Lucy Hale, released a country, I believe it was a country album, definitely did a country song at the very least. Yeah, and other singers that are really good with country, cute, twangy, very tiny kangaroo down sport. Anyway, it's those moments, you know, when you read in fiction, I just wanted the floor to open up and swallow me whole. It's those moments with me. It's like, oh, good part of this country. But anyway, we're heading in the right direction because of the whole gay thing. So hopefully there are other things that will catch up as well, but that really annoys me. But yeah, you're right, Sarah. In general, Australians can talk really fast. It says the book is by Stephen King. Oh, there you go. Fantastic. I'll look out for that. Does anyone know if there is a book that was written that was either based on the Saw movies or that Saw the movies were based on? Because if there are books on those, I would love to read them. I find it sort of hard to cope with the tortures in Saw, but I love the psychology behind it, so I love to read them. One of the doctors from Doctor Who was in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Ooh, which one? Yay! Oh, speaking of Harry Potter fans, join me in getting really upset with this. How many people, Harry Potter fans, have read Goblet of Fire and watched the Goblet of Fire film? I was so to find out, this was about a couple of days ago, that it wasn't just me, there are a few others who don't like this as well, that in the book, when Harry's name comes out of the goblet, Dumbledore politely says, "Harry, did you put your name in?" Where in the film, Dumbledore says, "Harry, did you put your name in the goblet?" And really, that's how it comes out. He's saying, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" But it comes out as, "Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?" It's terrible. I hate that much. It's so un-Dumbledore-ish. But anyway, there's my little Harry Potter moment for this chat. On. Yep. They're making a Mamma Mia too. Oh, there you go. I'm going to have to tell my mum and my sister that. They love those films. My sister loves the girl, I think her name in the film was Sophie. My mum obviously loves the mum, and so do I. I have a lot of respect for Meryl Streep. President A says the Jumanji 2 film is a more fast-paced action movie with more comedy. Oh, cool. Sarah says, I'm just cooking some food, then I'll join Hangouts. That's no problem at all. Sarah, why don't you let me know when you've done cooking food, and then I'll set up the Hangouts. President A says, I won't be in the Hangouts this time. I'm going now. Happy New Year. No problems at all, President A. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being with us. Sarah says, I think your brain is very active, so your mouth is trying to keep up with the pace of your mind. Sarah, maybe that is the case. Have a good time, President A. So it says, yeah, like chill out aggressive movie, Dumbledore. Yeah, chill out aggressive movie. Yeah, exactly. I can't spell. Yeah, no, I got what you meant in the end. Yeah, no, it's just reading, and I'm so happy. I was watching a YouTube video where someone was saying times where the films just got it very, very wrong, and that was number one. And I went, oh yes, I so agree with this. Harry, did you put him in a goblet of fire? No. The way that J.K. Rowling created Dumbledore being more like, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? No, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Okay, what I might do is put the link over in comment below and let me know the Facebook group. And you guys can come and join whenever it is that you're ready. But we will end the chat relatively soon, only because I want to get done. So I'm going to put the link in there, and then if you want to join, you certainly can. And it has been so long. Let me just put this in first. Okay. All right. I have now put that link in the comment below and let me know. Facebook group, if you're not part of the group, then feel free to join. But the link is now there. And you can come and join me on here if you would like. I was going to say something and I totally forgot what it was. There you go. I love it, Gerard. How did I put the name in the goblet of fire? It's so true. Anyone who knows Harry Potter, who's read the books and seen the films, will definitely have to say that is so character for Dumbledore to do. It's not in the book. Speaking of not in the book, oh my god, I have so many issues with the Weasley's burrow being lit on fire, torched on fire. What the hell? That was not in the book at all, and they just decided for no reason. And I started crying when I saw that at the movies. I'm like, why are you torching their burrow? Wait, really? Why are you torturing the burrow? That's not in the book. But yeah. How did you put your name in the goblet? Oh, so fun. Yes, how are you? Good to have you here. We're about to do a Hangouts live on this. If you'd like to join the Facebook group, comment below and say on Facebook and get the link, and you can join us there. This is really weird. What's going on here? Oh, There you go. I had to change while we were waiting. I had to change my what do you call it? Background picture for my PC because I had this beautiful backdrop of Quebec City of Canada in the with the snow and Christmas trees and all this outside of a shop. It was really, really, really beautiful. Took me 2 hours to find because I found it on a lock screen, which is really funny. But yeah, I had to get rid of that recently because Christmas is now over, which is sort of sad. And so now the background of my PC is black, which shouldn't surprise anyone if you know me. And the taskbar automatically is meant to adjust to one of the pictures in the background, so it's adjusting to the black of the background. It's black and it's got purple and I think green and whatever, but anyway, the main color is black. But I'm just starting now to realize that it's black, but it's also, is the word translucent? Like it's not a solid color because anytime I'm minimizing something, I can see it in the taskbar, which is sort of weird. Chase says, who can guess what Snake Wives is? Snake Wives? The wives of Professor Snape. Oh, there you go. Speaking of wives, we FNS will return with The Real Housewives of Melbourne in 2018. I've just gotten a little bit behind, so that's my fault. You can definitely blame me on that one. I need to totally catch up, but once I have, we will totally binge on that. Also, you guys, I have not caught up with RHONJ, Real Housewives of New Jersey yet, but I have got copies of all the episodes, and when it's done, I'm going to binge watch the whole thing. So if you guys want to talk about the latest series of RHONJ, I'm more than happy to do that with you as well once I have watched all of those. So I have put the link up on the Facebook group. If you guys would like to come and join me, feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you have any other questions that you would like to ask, feel free to do that as well. Now, on the Facebook group, Skylar has put up the poll to nominate your, I don't know why it's not coming up, but anyway, to nominate people for the best 2017 Best Character Award. There are quite a few nominations. If you watched the video, you would have seen that I put up some nominations. I'll just quickly read through them again. The nominations are Cheryl Blossom from Riverdale, Lucifer Morningstar from Lucifer, Aria Montgomery from Pretty Little Liars, Kelly Foster from The Fosters, Alex Livewood from, or it's Lightwood, Alex Lightwood from, what's it called? I don't know why I've lost it now. Shadowhunters, Mariana Foster from The Fosters, Simon Lewis from Shadowhunters, Mazikeen from Lucifer, Spencer Hastings from Pretty Little Liars, and Veronica Lodge from Riverdale. So if you would like to vote on the Facebook group, that will be awesome, and I'll reveal the winner in an upcoming video. Oh, I think I have someone with me. I think I have Skylar and Sarah. Hi, Skylar.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, great to have you both here.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish your talking before I interrupted.
Oh, sorry about that. Yay!
Right.
Oh, sorry, I just kind of jumped in and was like,
Yeah.
hi, everyone.
Skylar's just like, I'm here.
Right, why did you put your name in the comment box?
I was laughing that whole time. You need to stop. I was trying to make food and I was giggling because you were doing that. And then I was imagining the scene where he like has him against the wall. I'm like, whoa, aggressive Dumbledore, chill out. Like,
exactly right.
I know, it's such a weird scene. Like, why?
Yeah.
It's like Dumbledore just snorted some crack or something before that whole scene. Because I don't know, man. I don't know.
Exactly right. Just get a comment from a group of middle-aged women on the internet who believe they are all married to Severus Snape from the Harry Potter books on the astral plane. They have real-life meetings. Where they take turns channeling the spirit of Snape so they can have wedding ceremonies.
Oh,
wow,
that's quite interesting. Wow. Well, whatever floats their boat. If they feel connected to this character. They do know he is a character, right? I'm confused.
Okay.
All right. Right, guys.
Skylar, any plans for New Year's?
At the moment.
Paging
Oh,
Skylar.
am I still muted because my symbols? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, you were cutting out a little
Yes,
bit,
I can hear you.
Skylar.
Okay, because for me, I unmuted myself, but it's someone like, am I muted? I don't know. I know I was gonna, because here in New York, in terms of like New Year's, can you hear me now?
You're still cutting out, Skylar. On my end, you are anyway.
Am I cutting out on FrancoisT as well?
Yeah.
Am I still cutting out? Right?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Hopefully
I'll
you
hang
can
up
sort
and
out the
try to
issue.
rejoin. Really crap today.
Skylar, why don't you try to go out and come back in? Generally, that fixes problems.
Yeah, hopefully that helps.
Yeah. And while Skylar is doing that, Sarah,
Francois.
any ideas for what people can do for New Year's? Like, I'm trying to wonder specifically ideas. What people can do if they're alone on New Year's.
Nothing.
Any ideas?
just do a normal. It's just a normal day.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
There we go. No, I honestly have no. Oh.
Okay. No. Can you hear me, guys?
It's still a little bit hard.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
don't know.
guys. We're having technical issues, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can write it in the side chat to you guys, and then you guys can get my response.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
What's going on with my Wi-Fi? I have two Wi-Fi connections. Like, has not been working, so I'm using the slower one lately. Doesn't sound robotic, but all right, I'm gonna just get off then. Right from the side chat.
Well, happy New Year, Skylar, before you leave.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry that it's kind of.
Yeah, I totally would have stayed longer.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of being a bit up and down, so we can hear you 1 minute and the next minute's a bit hard to hear you, sadly.
It's okay. It wasn't meant to be today. I have that poll, though, for everyone, but if you guys get a chance on the Facebook page regarding the best character.
Yep. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. Other than that, whoever hasn't joined our Facebook page, you guys have to join. Don't be lazy. Love you all.
We love you, Skylar.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Have a great start to the new year, because I know you guys are gonna probably a New Year's Eve day already, right?
Yeah, it's the afternoon time on the 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on the 30th. So happy early New Year's to you guys, because I'm like hours behind.
Oh, Skylar, also when you go back into the Facebook group, it looks like Gerard's having trouble finding the Facebook page. So if you want to help him, you can help him with that.
Okay, I will be on, I know you guys are doing the live, so I'm going to be in the side chat group for anyone who needs my assistance. Okay, alrighty, no problem.
Thank you for joining us, though. All right, bye, Skylar. That's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know if it was if there was an issue on anyone, like on the YouTube end, if people were hearing it, but definitely on our end we could hear a lot of crackling, and it was sort of like cutting in and out, so it was really hard to pay attention. But thank you for joining, Skylar. We miss having you on here.
Yeah, we do. And I'm kind of hoping. Oh, I just banged into my desk. Anyway, that was really. I'm God. I'm kind of hoping that Skylar does a New Year's video on the Facebook group, because I know that she did something for, I don't know if it was Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving, and it was the sweetest video.
It was. So
Yeah.
really,
And yeah, we've had a few of our members making little videos. We
yeah.
had one of the group members, Ellen, make a video recently for Christmas, which was super, super awesome.
Oh yeah, major shout out to Ellen. That was awesome.
That was such a sweet video. It made me smile so much seeing that
Yeah,
video. So
me too. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's one of the great things about joining the Facebook group, is that we do videos. It looks like, anyway, I don't know if it'll become a habit, but it looks like we're doing videos for the holidays.
I think it's I think whatever holiday it is, there'll probably be at least one person that puts up a video, if not more. Yeah, no. It's a good time. It's a good time over in the groups, so join us.
So cool. Now, I just want to ask, because we've still got people over in the room. So people in the room, I have a question for you. Because this is something that Sarah's come to realize, and that I've come to realize when we watch back our FNS. Can you guys actually hear Sarah rather clearly? Because I can. On my end, I'm hearing her loud as day.
Yeah, let me know, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we've asked other times and people are like, yep, we can hear you fine. But then when we listen to the playback, once it's finished, you can hear me, but my audio is not as good. I mean, I'm using different headphones this time, but yeah, it's very, very strange.
Yeah, exactly. I find it weird. Like, I can hear what I'm saying, and then for you, I'm sort of turning the volume up a little bit. I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, when you listen to the playback. Yeah, I don't know.
And yet when we're live, yeah, it's
totally
fine.
Normal.
Yeah, probably.
Skylar just said, I hear Sarah perfectly. So we'll see. That's all good then.
We'll see what happens. So I don't have any specific plans for New Year's. Obviously, I do have my tradition of phoning some people once it gets to midnight to say Happy New Year's, which I do have a funny story about that. Last year, for New Year's, a friend of mine went to Adelaide. I phoned my friend at midnight saying Happy New Year. Didn't realize till the next day that because it was only midnight, years for my friend, because Adelaide's half an hour behind.
I know. It's really, really frustrating when, you know, I used to do the same thing. Call a few people or text a few people when it was New Year's, when it was midnight. And then you're kind of like, oh, actually, you know, for people in Queensland, so in a different state in Australia maybe, it's not even midnight yet. And you're like, ugh, I'm not calling or messaging them again at 1 a.m. so that it's midnight for them. You get it now.
They should just appreciate they're getting a message now.
It's midnight. It's New Year's. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. No. Yeah, I'm not doing anything either. Exactly. We've had fireworks for the past 2 weeks, not even joking, since before Christmas and now after, in a few streets away from us, which you can kind of vaguely see from my house, not only a little bit, but suppose we can look out for them, watch the fireworks on TV, and yeah, that's about it for me. Nothing overly crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's a very nice story. As you guys know, if you've been a part of Congo and let me know for a while, my poor mum has had a very up and down year. It's just 2017 is a year that she wants to forget, and I completely understand that. Yesterday, I rang her and we were having a chat, and as you usually say when you start a call, hi, how are you? She said to me, I'm kind of flabbergasted. I'm in a bit of shock. I'm like, okay, Mum, what's going on? And she told me that her friend had just phoned her an hour before I called to say that she had paid for them to go into a hotel tonight so they could watch the fireworks in the city together.
That's so nice. Oh my gosh. Your mum deserves that. What a lucky ducky.
Yeah. Never had anything like that
now,
before,
where are our hotels? Someone needs to shout us a hotel. Thank you. You guys listening?
Exactly. You know what? In my experience, which is very limited, I work in the day, Sarah, but in my 1 month experience of being in the city of Sydney, Sydney actually does have some good hotels in the city. There's some really nice ones.
Yeah, good, but probably expensive. A lot. Well, in the
Oh,
city area, probably more expensive. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yes,
It's
but
very
good. I
much,
would assume.
but we've got someone joining us. I
Hey,
We
can't tell
have
who it
Gerard
is.
here. Hi,
Oh,
Gerard.
hi, Gerard.
Heyo.
Hello.
Hi.
We didn't even know. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so
I
I
want
stated
to finish your story first.
Oh, thank you, Jad. That's very considerate. Yeah, so I stated a couple of different ones. I do remember the pension very clearly because my friend and I thought it was called the pension, and they corrected us very quickly.
The pension. Sounds so fancy.
Exactly. Yeah, but we stated a few different ones, and obviously, like, there were all different types. Like, some were more expensive, some weren't. But there were some that were filled with quite a bit of character. The pension was very classy. Those that you could, there was like a balcony, right. You could go to the roof, so to say, and sit on the roof, which was really nice and decked out beautifully and things. So there's some nice hotels in Sydney. I will say that.
Well, you're welcome on behalf of Sydney. We thank you for your good review of our hotels.
Oh, you're so welcome. I promise not to bring up customer service, but you're so welcome.
Yes, yes, you might offend some Sydney people here. No,
I
joking.
did. I had a bit of a culture shock when I was in Sydney because, especially in the city, people go above and beyond to help strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really find that in the city of Sydney.
Well, I don't go to
but-
the city. Sorry, guys, we're just kind of on this chat for a second. Yeah, I don't go to the city that often because I don't know. There's not much out there that I want to see. But like, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're friendly people or not. I mean, I'm friendly, but I don't know about everyone else.
Well, I can promise next time I go to Sydney, I'm coming directly to you, Sarah. So.
Yeah, stay at Hotel Sarah.
Exactly.
My cat will serve you some food and things.
Now, you come for Sarah, you stay for the cat serving the food.
You stay for the cat service. It's it's all good.
5 paws. Okay, so Skylar says, my friend just invited me out for New Year's Eve, but normally a lot of people are crazy in New Year's for the holidays because of the ball drop. Yes, I've heard it about the ball drop in New York. Pretty interesting, pretty cool. So while we have Gerard here with us, Gerard, do you have any plans for New Year's Eve? Anything special that goes on in your area?
I'm not too sure, though. My family tends to do something every year to where it's like, invite some people over, get some food out, and just, well, since I'm part of the island that's in the UK, we sort of just wait for Big Ben to hit 12, and then everybody celebrates for about 5 minutes, and then back to normal life.
Definitely. I mean, that's what it's like everywhere, though. Like, oh, yay, Happy New Year. And then it's like, okay, normal life is back. Moving on. No one cares anymore.
Yeah. I know, so I'm anyone who follows comment up below and let me know will know that I'm a massive tennis fan. And I will say that with the tennis, they don't exactly stop the tennis for New Year's. They might stop it for like 2-3 minutes while fireworks are going on, but matches keep going like throughout New Year's Eve and night. It's like a momentary, yay, Happy New Year. Let's acknowledge that the old year's over, the new one's begun. Maybe make a few phone calls. All right, moving on. Next thing. So, yeah. Oh, wonderful. So there we go. Although I will say, I don't think it's very commonplace. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think it's very commonplace in Australia to hear the song "Old Lang Syne."
To what?
Although "Old Lang Syne."
I don't even
to
know
be
what that is.
So it's a song that is like sung or played at New Year's to rein in the year, I guess. And that's my point. Like, you and I really wouldn't know what it is because it's not that big in Australia, but it's played. I think it's played in America, and it might be played in England. Is Auld Lang Syne played in England, Gerard?
Yeah, it's a Scottish song. It's I think it's meant to be about sort of out with the old and with the new. I think that's what the song's about. So I guess that's why they sing it.
Yeah, there we go.
Never
So,
heard of
yeah.
it, sadly.
I'll send you a link, Sarah.
Thanks, love.
Have a bit of a listen.
I will have a
Yeah,
listen.
there's a beautiful line that says something like, "We'll take a cup of kindness."
Oh,
I like that.
how beautiful.
Right, says, although the ball drop is in the city, so if I do go out with my friends, it's probably going to be out of New York and maybe in New Jersey. Wow, why not? New Jersey New Year. So that would be awesome. She says, yeah, the hype is only for like 2 minutes, and after that, the moment dies down. Yeah, I think like I feel like people celebrate up to midnight. So if you get together and do parties and stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of drinking going on, I just feel like it's compulsory that people drink at New Year's. But they do whatever, like they party and all that up to midnight, and then once it's midnight, I don't know. I mean, unless you're sort of a party animal, I guess the party sort of disperses after that. You go, okay, it's New Year, Happy New Year, bye everyone. But yeah, but no parties going on over here. I have no idea what I'm going to do, quite frankly, but I'll find something, I'm sure.
I feel like I'm just going to be your average person that doesn't really care. Like, it sounds, I don't know, people get into these things, but me, I'm just like, oh, I've got a TV show I'd rather watch. I'm just going to do that instead.
Oh, that's totally
I mean,
fair.
there's fireworks on the TV, like the massive Sydney fireworks at the Harbour Bridge. So I I might take a second out to watch them, but other than that, like, I don't know, man. Like, if you get into it, that's cool, and I'm glad that people can go out and celebrate and all that kind of stuff. But for a lot of people, it is just another day. You're like, it's technically 2018, but still another day. Life still goes on. So
depends
on what people's preference is.
But I will say, did you hear the big thing they're doing with the fireworks this year in Sydney, Sarah?
Did I what?
Did you hear the big news about the fireworks in Sydney?
I don't pay attention to this stuff.
I heard something and I was so hyped. I'm like, oh, go Sydney. Among the fireworks, I think it's going to be on the bridge, but don't quote me. But among the fireworks, they're actually going to do a rainbow firework or rainbow pyrotechnic, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that something like that is going to happen. What I'm assuming for gay marriage being legalized recently.
Yeah.
Which is super awesome, and it probably will be on the bridge because they've done it in previous years. If there's like a particular message they want to display, they do it on the Harbour Bridge during the fireworks display. So, and then.
No, I was just going to say, people who live outside of Sydney, I'm sure, would say it's kind of the iconography of Sydney, the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of people say, "Oh, you're from Sydney. Oh, you have the harbour and the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House," and it's like, yeah, I've lived here my whole life, so it's not as exciting as it is to everybody else. But yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. I will get back to some of your wonderful comments in just a sec. I will say though, when I went to Sydney, one of the biggest things I wanted to see. No offense to people who love the bridge, but I didn't care so much for the bridge. I wanted to see the Opera House because I love the design of the Opera House.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in person, it was a little bit of a letdown.
It's a bit underwhelming. I mean, you actually go there in person. You see the structure, in photos or on TV or whatever, and you're like, oh, that looks really pretty. That's a nice design. And then you see it in person, you're like, oh, okay, cool. There's nothing that exciting here. Like, I've been there on the steps in front of the Opera House and all that, and it's kind of like, yeah, cool. That's
Yeah,
that's all right. And then you're like, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it works for me. Like, okay. And also, I don't know what it is, what you call this, but this is the best way for me to describe it. When you see it in a picture or on TV or whatever, it looks like the structure of the building, the opera house, is just painted white. When you go up close, it looks like it's painted white with a spider web over the top.
I don't even know, guys. I don't even know. Would you guys, Gerard and Francois, would you ever, like, if you were in here in Sydney, happened to be in Australia, would you ever climb the Harbour Bridge? Because that is freaking high, and you have to wear chains and stuff and a special jumpsuit. Would you guys do it?
I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen it, believe it or not.
No. Well, yeah, people climb it. There's stairs and everything, and you have to be chained to the side of the railing with your jumpsuits on. And it's people do it. I would never do that.
I'm afraid of heights, so that's a big nope.
Yeah, big nope for me too. What about you, Francois?
No, I completely agree. First of all, the bridge doesn't really interest me, but secondly, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm going to climb a bunch of stairs and things for one. How exciting, climbing.
Yeah.
And then to get to the top of a really high place, take a photo and back down again. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people would find that fun, but for me, it's like, no. I don't know if that's really my type of fun. Sorry.
There's so many more fun things.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, while we have the opportunity, while we have Gerard here, completely unfiltered, tell us whatever your honest opinion is. What's the view of Australia in general over there? Do you guys get any news about us? Is there any thoughts about us? What's
Probably
the deal
not. There's not that much. I mean, there was a lot of coverage over the whole gay marriage thing.
Oh, yeah?
And
Nice.
I'm in favor of it. I can't talk. I am in favor of it.
Well, we're glad that you are.
I heard that it caused a bit of a stir.
It definitely did, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is they don't care about Australia at all over there except for gay marriage. That's cool.
Oh, it's like, because they're doing this thing. Okay. What's up here then?
What's going on over there?
I love it. I don't think Her Majesty's been here for a while. We are part of the Commonwealth, but she came down quite a number of years ago. It hasn't been down for a little while. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I had that feeling, and like if Australia is advertised to others and they know it, they probably look at us as like the lazy bums of the world.
No.
Really? Or relaxed, to put it politically correctly. We're very relaxed and laid back.
Yeah, laid back. I wouldn't say that we're laid back, to be honest. I don't know where people get this idea of Australians that we're laid back. Why? We're not. I don't even know where we were at with the comments.
Oh, yeah, good point. Scarlett says, oh my God, I heard Mariah might perform again, and last year she was on stage and doing everything but singing. It was hilarious.
Oh.
There you go. Mariah Carey. She says she lives 15 minutes from New Jersey because she lives in Staten Island. Yay, Staten Island, New York.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. Pamela says, I've always wanted to go to New York and see the ball drop for New Year's Eve. I think it would be so cool. Look, Pamela, I completely agree. I would love to see it happen, but I have like this great fear of being crushed by the crowd because I'm sure it's going to be like packed around the ball. But if I can watch it like on YouTube or whatever, I will. I like the...
Yeah, I feel like the crowds would be the most terrifying part of it all.
Yeah, exactly. Scarlett says, I think I might just end up getting all dolled up to chill in my living room.
Maybe we're all just old, like we'll just stay at home. Did you ever go out and
it's
do
fun.
stuff, Francois? Like, did you ever? Because I used to. I mean, I never went out to like the city or anything, but I used to go have parties with friends on New Year's and drink a lot and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, did you do stuff like that ever?
Not really. I
Not
didn't
really.
really go and parties or anything. Like there were 2 times that I went to a friend's house, but then it was just me and a friend. There have been some New Year's Eve, whether I was on my own or with my friend, that I have had a bit to drink. If I say a bit, that's a bit for me. But
Just a little
otherwise, no. When we go back about a week ago, like, and if I were to say to people, "What are you doing for Christmas?" I'm sure an answer, even if they're on their own, they would have an answer of some sort of a plan. So
Yeah.
I think the whole thing is, like we're trying to say, is New Year's is there, but it's not that big a deal compared to Christmas.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would agree personally.
Like-
I guess it depends on each person.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I want to ask Gerard about this. So I was talking to my cousins on Boxing Day, and they were telling me that it was windy, but it hadn't snowed yet. Is it snowing over there, Gerard?
There was like a week to where it snowed straight. I got like 3 snow days. It was the best thing ever. But there's meant to be a big storm coming, and I can sort of hear the winds as it is right now.
Oh,
And
goodness.
yeah, that's happening.
Oh, wow. There you go. Oh, well, I hope that the storm dies down soon. I hope you guys get some more snow. Yeah. There we go.
I'm seeing everyone's photos and videos of snow, and I'm like, yep, I've never seen anything like this where I live. Never walked out my front door and seen snow. That's just weird, but
It's
exciting.
very like this is the first ice. Like this is the first year we've got proper snow in about 5 years, and even then it wasn't
gosh.
that much. So we don't tend to get much
Wow.
snow here at all.
There you go. Wow. Do you remember, Sarah, one of our comment below and let me know family members sending us a picture on Facebook and saying some more snowy beforehand, but when I went to take a photo, either like it was partially melted or something.
I do. Yeah, look. No, I was looking up information about snow in Sydney, and apparently the last time there was anything close to resembling snow was like back in the 1800s, and it wasn't even like full-on proper snow. So yeah, Sydney siders, unless you've been somewhere where it snows, we've never seen snow here. We have occasional hail. We get dust storms. That's kind of like no, it's not like snow, but yeah, never seen snow here. We did. We did. I don't know if it happened in your area, but a few years ago in Sydney, there was like a massive, massive dust storm, and so I woke up. I thought the world was coming to an end. Seriously.
Oh no!
I walked out the door, and the sky was like red and orange, like and hazy. And I was like, oh my God, we're gonna die. What is this? But it was a massive dust storm. So yay, Australia, we get dust storms. And that's it.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely get them in Melbourne as well. They're very scary. Definitely sort of hard to walk in a dust storm. You have to shut your eyes. I feel like we get everything aside from snow. If there's something I'm missing, then certainly let me know. But we do get hail. We get, as you said, dust storms. We get the fog does roll in Melbourne, not just in San Francisco.
Definitely.
Sorry?
And it does get cold here and down in Melbourne as well. Like it gets quite cold, but nothing compared to what it gets in the other hemisphere of the world. You know, I had a friend tell me that it was like minus 25 or something, and I was like, what? Can't even imagine, you know.
Which it's funny when we tell them, it's like, oh, you know, it's 39 degrees or 40 degrees over here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and they're like, what? No way. How are you all walking around alive still? And we're like, we're not. We're dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I remember when I was younger, people from overseas would say to me, "How do you cope in the heat?" And I sort of would say to them, "Oh, I'm used to it by now." Nowadays, I'm like, "How do I cope in this heat? Why am I still in this really hot country?"
Yeah, you don't. I don't even know. What's the hottest that it's been there, Gerard? Oh, he's gone. Well, he's there, but he's muted, so we'll get back to him later. But yeah, I've had a lot of people say, "How have you been coping with the heat?" and expecting me to give some, proper thought out answer about how I cope. And I'm like, I don't cope. I literally don't.
No. Oh, it's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I feel like it is. It does get hotter in Sydney than it gets in Melbourne. But I will say, you guys, just to explain this, because I think some people might be a little bit confused. So, like in the US, how you have, for example, I might get this wrong, but like California, New York, whatever, different states. Sarah and I live in different states in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in Victoria and Sarah's in Sydney.
So I'm above Francois.
Yes. Sounds promising. But because of that, it actually gets warmer where Sarah is compared to where I am. And also, it may be really hot in Melbourne and cold in Sydney, and then really hot in Sydney but cold in Melbourne.
We swap weather.
So, really.
Yeah, but Sydney does tend to get the heat waves during summertime. I mean, the rest of the year it's fine, we don't have heat like this, but in summer we get heat waves. So it's just terrible.
So Skylar says, fun fact, Staten Island, was once where New York dumped their garbage. Oh, how lovely. Okay.
Good job, New York.
Yeah, true. No, I love my New York. And my cousin and I on Boxing Day, we got into a little bit of a chaotic tiff about baseball, and I don't really watch baseball, and she does. But I have to be a Yankees fan because I love New York, and she loves the Red Sox. She's actually been to America a few times. She loves the Boston Red Sox. And then we'll same deal. I go, but yeah.
Sorry. I was going to say, if not for New York, where else in America would you most like to go?
Well, outside of New York. Oh, if not for New York.
If not for New York.
Oh, a good question.
We know you like New York.
Look, depends on how long I would be there. Somewhere for like a week or more, probably San Francisco. Because from what I've heard, San Francisco is most like Melbourne. So that will be okay.
Really?
Apparently.
Did you know that Sydney and Melbourne have a little bit of a rivalry going on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a massive there's a rivalry going on between Sydney and Melbourne, just in general. Like, oh, Sydney's the better place to go and live and visit, and no, Melbourne's the better place.
Totally.
It's okay, guys. We put it aside. We've put it aside. We are good.
Oh yeah.
But Sydney's bad. No, no. But yeah, we're good.
I love it. Sarah and I have our own treaty. We're all good.
Yeah.
We have a peace treaty. We're good. That's what they should do. Like, if there needs to be communication passed from Sydney to Melbourne, they should go through us.
They should.
But no, it's true. Like, there are people in Sydney who definitely think Sydney's better than Melbourne. There are people in Melbourne who definitely think Melbourne is better than Sydney. And it's interesting when you look at it. But anyway, not so united. But if it was a couple of days, then I would say LA. I do want to go to LA.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would last there more than a couple of days. But I definitely go there.
I have people all over America that I don't know if there's a particular place in America I'd want to go, just based on the place, but I have people spread out in different places. So, Skylar's in New York. I have like my stepmom and her family is from Seattle, so I'd want to go visit my stepsisters in Seattle.
Yeah.
I've got someone in Oregon. I've got someone somewhere else. I've got people spread out all over America that I know. So I don't know if there's a particular place based on the actual place. I just want to go visit all my buddies.
No, I think this is going to sound presumptuous, but I'll say it anyway. I think, Sarah, when we go to America together, we'll go to. We'll do an FNS tour. Ah, there we go.
We'll just no one cares. We'll care.
Exactly.
We'll care. But yes, we can travel around. Like we have people. You have some family over there, don't you? So no, you don't.
No, I have some CBA LMK family over there. But
yes,
no,
we have some. Yeah, we have some adopted families over there, and I have actual family over there as well as other people. So. We can just bounce around to people's places and be like, sorry, we're staying at your house because we don't want to pay for hotels all the time.
We're on tour with the very famous FNS. What? That's okay. You've been living under a rock. But yeah, just somewhere to stay.
Hey, we're here now. Get to know us.
Exactly. You never know. We could be huge in America. God. Okay.
I think we have a bit of an inflated ego. Like, we're not that exciting. But, you guys love us, so we're good.
That's true. You guys let us know. Okay, speaking of everybody else, let's get to some comments. Never waste the opportunity to get dressed up. Lol, I'm just terrified to watch the ball drop in purpose because if something goes wrong, you're stuck in a mob and I fear getting trampled. Yeah, so that's why I don't want to go, and I think that's what Sarah was saying earlier as well about the crowds. That's why we don't want to go. Okay, where am I? Skylar says, it's snowing here, which is like another reason to not go out. Skylar, take some photos, put them on the group. I want to see pictures of snow people, especially in the heat. Sarah?
Francois. Hello.
Is it hot today? I forgot what you were saying earlier. Is it hot today?
It's cooler than it has been the past 3 days. It's still a bit warm, but it's like definitely not as hot as it has been the last 3 days. So thank God for that. What about down there? What about down there?
Same thing down here. It's not cold, but it's not as hot as it has been.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So about a week ago, I actually pulled back the blinds in my room, which is so not like me. I am very much like the epitome of CC Babcock in my room with the curtains drawn with my bowl of wine.
Someone like opens the curtains and he's like, puts his hands in front of his eyes like, no.
That's exactly how it was. Like, when I was younger, have you seen the film Gremlins?
Oh, that movie terrified me. Terrified me when I was a child. Yes, I have.
Well, I'm thinking of when it goes to bring home the cuter version of Gizmo, and they open up bright light, bright light.
You know what?
I used to think that when I was younger, like, oh, bright light, bright light.
You know what terrified me about the Gremlins? Like a little bit of a separate story is that I went to Dreamworld or Movie World or something, one of the theme parks, and there happened to be like a ride thing that was based on the Gremlins. So you went into this room and they had like these little freaking gremlin things in the corner and everything, and it was terrifying. I was a child. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, are they gonna hurt me? What is this?
I'm guessing like the green gremlins, not the fluff balls.
No, actual scary gremlin things. And that's why the word gremlin is like, no.
No, that's bad. They should make one with all the fluff balls.
They should, because then children would have been like, yes, happy. But no, we were terrified. Yeah. All the children.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So, but anyway, there's and all that. And then 2 nights, and the window. 2 nights ago, I actually had to close the window because it was getting too cold.
Yeah, last night, and it was a really, really hot day yesterday. I had my fan on, and last night it was actually getting cold with the fan on. I'm like, what? So, yeah.
Weird. Okay, where are we? Yeah, so Skylar definitely put a photo up of the snow. Pamela says, well, you could do what I probably would, get a motel real close. Yeah, so that could work if you're in New York or somewhere in America for sure. And I said that's what my mum is doing. She's going to a hotel with her friend and they're going to watch the fireworks from there. Great idea. Probably not something I would do, but if I was invited to go to one like my mum was, that would be really exciting. But yeah. Skylar's saying there are two. Oh, Skylar, what am I missing? I thought there was only the Yankees. I want to know what the other one is. Chase says, let's just say they are both the best. Oh, there we go. I think actually in Sydney, funny enough, rather than New York. So yay. Sky said, yeah, there's debates with New York, which is the best borough. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Pamela says, my favorite time of the year is spring and fall. I don't like it too hot and I don't like it too cold.
I'm the same, Pamela.
I have to say,
you continue.
I have to say, I'm sort of the opposite. I'm one of those people that others would say is never satisfied when it comes to the weather. When it's winter, I really want it to be summer. When it's summer, I really want it to be winter.
Oh my
so it really depends. Yeah, on the time of year, because I do like the winter, and I think winter is my favorite season now. It used to be summer, but these days my favorite season is winter because of how dark it gets, and I like the coldness, and I like I've started getting a collection of nice, really nice coats, and I like wearing them. You can't wear them in
Francois.
Not surprised.
No, I'm the same as Pam.
Oh, right.
Yes, I'm the same as Pam. I prefer I like a mid weather. Like I don't like it too hot. I don't like it too cold. I like those days where it's really like it's sunny outside, but then there's a nice cool breeze as well. Like those are good days.
Nice.
I think we have Gerard back by the way before we continue. So if you're here, Gerard, then hello. Yeah. He's probably didn't want to interrupt.
I went to get a drink. That's about it.
It's all good. What did you say, Francois? What are we up to?
Do you remember the question that we were asking Gerard?
No, I don't.
What's the hottest? Was it?
Oh yeah, what's the hottest it's been there?
All year?
Yeah, just in general.
Or just...
Yeah. Just in general, yeah.
We would usually have about 20 degrees is like terrible. Like we're all gonna burn.
Yeah.
I've been in 40-degree weather before. It's nothing compared. But yeah, about 20.
Yeah.
Be like,
and you guys are like, no, it's too hot. Shield us from the sunlight. And we're like, this is nothing.
Most of our year tends to be like rain and dark skies. So one of the 5 sunny days we get a year would make the most out of it.
That's where everyone runs outside during those 5 sunny days. Like, come on, get some sunlight. This won't come back again.
But it's like our summers are weird because we don't tend to get good weather until like September.
Yeah.
And it's usually like good weather in May, terrible weather the rest, and then amazing weather in September. So I don't know why it's like that, but our summers are messed up.
Our summers are messed up here too, though, because we'll have it won't rain that much throughout the year, but then it gets to summer and we'll have 2 days of deathly heat, and then we'll have 2 days of raining. It's just really weird. It's so up and down in Sydney in summertime. It rains a lot more than it does. Probably the humidity plays into it, but it rains so much, but it's also heat waves at the same time. And it's a really weird time for us all in summer in Sydney.
in Melbourne, what generally tends to happen is whatever you get in December, like because obviously, for those who don't know, summer in Australia is December to February.
Yeah.
Whatever you get in December, it's just gonna be get worse than that heat-wise in January, and then it's gonna get even hotter in February. So it actually gets hotter the closer you get to the end of summer here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because as you guys, England, America, other places, you do your holidays in the middle of the year, our summer being at the end and the start of the year. The kids go back to school, or everyone goes back to school, I should say, around about the end of January, start of February. And so the sad thing about it getting so hot then in Melbourne is that no one really is up for doing a lot of work and homework and all that because it is so bloody hot. I shouldn't say bloody, sorry, but it is so hot.
That was so very Australian of you, Francois. So bloody hot.
You would never hear me say that in word. That word. Anyway, it's so hot in February that it really just it's almost not cool.
When I was young, there used to be this rule. At least it was I got told there was this thing where if it reached 45 degrees, children were sent home on a hot day. I don't think that's a thing anymore because there have been 45-degree days when I was at school and we didn't get sent home. So. Back when I was in school, so I don't know if that's a thing or not. You know, kind of like a snow day in other countries. I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, here at least we have sort of the opposite, to where like if a classroom falls below a certain temperature, like I think it's not even just one classroom. I think it's if a certain amount of classrooms in a school falls below a certain temperature, the kids legally have to be sent home.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing here. I mean, obviously they have aircon, like an air conditioner in schools. They have to. They can't have kids in a 45-degree room. That's terrible if they do. Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a thing about that.
Yeah, so I have had one heat day. School, I don't remember what it hit. But yeah, definitely. There is a heat rule in Melbourne, and certainly it's the case with tennis when it gets above a certain temperature. That, like in other parts of the world, when it rains, players have to come off court. In Australia, because of how hot it gets and how dangerous it is to play in the sun here, if it gets over a certain temperature, then play is called off.
Yeah.
And it's the same with school. If it gets over a certain temperature, then school is out for that day or the rest of the day or whatever it is. Absolutely, yeah. Just because of how dangerous it actually is to be out and about in the extreme heat here in Australia.
Yeah.
So little Chase says, a big bro is a vampire, hates the sun. Lol. You worked out my secret.
Oh, I hate the sun too.
Where are we? Skylar says, Sarah, Francois, Sarah, Francois, Sarah, Gertie, Francois times 3. Yeah. True. True. Did you want to comment on that, Gerard?
What is it?
I don't even know what's going on. We'll just move on.
Okay.
Skylar said, yes, love gremlins. They're so cute. I want one. Skylar wants a gremlin.
I want one that doesn't get wet. So I want the fluff ball.
The fluff ball. Skylar said Yankees and Mets. Yankees play in the Bronx and Mets play in Queens. Different boroughs and lots of rivalry.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Skylar. I'm a Yankees fan, but thanks. It works.
Skylar said, I like late spring where the April showers bring May flowers.
Oh, how cute.
Yes.
I love that. Lovely. Yep.
Yeah. Where am I up to? Yeah, we have had high 90s in Fahrenheit. Like in Arizona, things were melting outside. said Skylar. Yeah, we've been up in the 90s Fahrenheit the past few days, and we can go above that. We can go above like 100.
90 is 32 degrees.
Yes,
We've gone way past.
we've gone way above that. So yeah, and
Right.
that and the humidity level is just like killer.
Yeah.
And February is our coldest month normally, end of winter.
That's
in New York.
why. So because everything needs to balance out in the universe. So you have your coldest month, and in Melbourne we need our hottest one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Francois, I don't know if you can see the last comment there, but do you want to say it?
Yeah, I will. So I will say it in the Australian way. Skylar is asking if I can say yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, we are not. No. You're not bringing this debate to this channel.
Come on,
Yogurt.
Gerard. I will say it.
Do you say yogurt?
No. Oh, we had a whole argument in a text group on whether it was yogurt or yogurt.
I've heard a lot of people from, Ireland, England and all that say yogurt. We say yogurt in Australia.
Sky, we win.
What?
Oh, there's a winning team? What's going on?
We had a tie in the amount of people that said yogurt and yogurt. So we broke the tie. We won.
Okay. Well, in that case, Gerard, how do you say caramel?
Caramel.
Yep, I'll take that.
You kind of say it in between.
Yeah, it's a
Maybe
compromise.
it's because of your accent, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what I was saying the other day, Francois, is my stepmom, she's, as I've said before, she's American. She was from Seattle and she's living here. She definitely says it very, very American. And some Americans say caramel, but she says caramel.
Yeah, she skips
Caramel.
Hey.
And my dad and her had this massive debate on Christmas Day. And my dad's like, it's caramel. He's like, you're in Australia now. So, yeah, that was interesting.
Hang on. Skylar's writing, Gerard and I agreed that it's yogurt. Wait,
Yogurt.
Or is it yogurt? Or is it yogurt? I'm confused now. Okay, just going to tell you, there you go. Yeah, I'm confused. We say yogurt here, but there are some things where I will version and people get quite upset with me.
So, like, for example, what exactly?
Okay, so with different words altogether, I might say to someone, "Oh, has anyone seen my cell?"
Oh.
What do you mean your cell?
Oh, Francois, no. I know that you're a lover of American culture, so I guess I understand that. I always find it weird, but I find it just as weird in Australia when people say mobile. So, like, oh, where's my mobile? I'm like, that's not really a thing anymore. Just say phone, like, So, yogurt.
Yeah.
I did have a roommate that stayed with me earlier in the year from England, and she said yogurt as well. So, but most of the other things we said sounded similar. Everything else every other word we said, because we did a comparison between our accents, sounded pretty similar, but there were a few things like yogurt and yogurt that were very different. So,
it's not like the island was found by the English.
I don't know.
Oh, right. Okay, okay, let's see what people call their paternal parent that is a male. Gerard, what do you call your paternal parent that is a male?
Dad.
Yeah. Sarah?
I call him whatever I feel like calling him on the day, but normally dad, yes. Sometimes I call him father.
Dad, normal.
Sometimes I call him pappy.
Yep.
I'm just weird. I call him anything I want. So, but yes, dad.
Yeah. I go between dad and papa, but dad is the more the general one.
But
I'd
I'm
love to, hear
assuming
all-
Papa would be more of your, your other side of you,
That's more my European
Yeah,
side.
your
saying
European
papa.
side.
Uh,
I mean, I'm pretty Australian, so it's just dad.
Our father.
Father.
I think the internet's ruined the word daddy.
I know.
The internet has ruined that word.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
What about your grandparents? Sorry? What are you going to say?
Tomato or tomato?
Tomato.
Tomato.
But I did have a friend here in
Tomato.
Australia that said tomato, which is really weird because she was from Sydney and she said tomato. So I don't know where she got that from. Her parents were Serbian and Croatian, but I don't think they said it like that. So I'm not sure where she picked up tomato from or why she said it like that. But yes, tomato in Australia.
Definitely tomato.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Saying the way you guys originally said it is how we pronounce it, not yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah, she's saying not yogurt. So does that mean she pronounces it as yogurt?
I can imagine Skylar with her American accent pronouncing it yogurt.
She does. I can say that.
Yogurt.
Okay, here's the one. Okay, I'm going to spell out a word slowly, and then I'm going to ask Sarah to say how she says it and Gerard to say how he says it. The word is spelled C-H-A-N-C-E. Sarah, how do you say it?
Chance.
How do you say it,
Chance.
Gerard?
Chance.
Yeah.
So you would say, well, what would you say, Francois? I was going to ask this one, like with like dance and chance and chance.
It really comes down to the word. So I will say chance most of the time, but also most of the time I will say dance instead of dance.
I say dance.
So that's the English side.
Dance. Does it sound really Australian though when I say like chance and dance? Like I don't think it sounds overly like like super duper Australian.
Yeah, no, it's not Aussie, but I'll just never forget that interview when Sophie Ellis-Bextor came to Australia and she said, "Oh, all of you say chance and dance and prance. Well, we say chance and dance and prance."
Oh, there are people in Australia that speak like that as well. I guess it depends, but yeah, no, I say chance. What about envelope and envelope? Which one?
Oh,
envelope.
Envelope, yeah. Envelope. Oh, loving this. If anyone has any other words, let us know.
I had an American, my ex from America, actually pointed out the way I said massage instead of massage. I don't know. Apparently there was a difference in the way I said it compared to the way he said it, and I'm not exactly sure. So that was interesting.
There you go. Wow. I'm a little stuck. Okay, good to go. Seeing what's being said in the comments.
Yeah,
what
me
other?
too. So Skylar says the same thing, dad and stepdad.
Cool.
Skylar said, when I talk to others, lol, normally I call them by their names and no tomato. Tomato? Is that what you're saying? I'm confused. You're American, so you probably say it the other way.
Other way around, and I say it like Sarah, chance.
Chance.
Yeah.
With your accent, though, your American accent.
Exactly. All right, next question. Again, going to ask Sarah first. Sarah.
Why is the pressure on me first?
No, because I'm used to the Australian word, so that's why I'm asking you first. Okay. When it's really cold outside, you have a t-shirt and a jumper on. What do you put over the jumper to stay warm?
A jacket? What?
Thank you. Gerard, what do you put over a jumper to stay warm?
Uh,
I suppose
are we
people
talking
would
about
say
like when
coat.
it's like below when it's like below freezing?
Yes.
I usually have like a hoodie and then I put like a jacket on over it.
Why are you
Okay,
calling
so is your question based on like
the word?
we'd say jacket, but maybe other people would say coat or something?
Well, coat or anoraks maybe?
Anorak, yeah. My dad called it that when he went to America. He's like, yeah, I bought an anorak. And I'm like, what the hell? Because I didn't know. I was like, what the hell is an anorak? And he's like, it's this. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There
But
you
people might call it, like they have windbreakers and like, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, we just call it a jacket. So
go. I'm surprised at that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, you're going out into the garden and you don't want to get your shoes wet. So there's sort of like a rubbery shoe that you can get in Australia. Sarah, what?
well, we would probably call it like I don't know, gumboot, rain boot, whatever.
A gumboot.
Maybe a Wellington over in other countries.
Gerard?
Got my wellies on.
I sort of just go out in normal shoes.
Good answer.
I don't call them anything because I don't even wear them. I don't wear them either, by the way.
There you go.
But yeah, so what would you call them? Like a gumboot, a rain boot? What would you call it, Francois?
I don't wear them either, but I would call them a gumboot.
Yeah, like a gumboot. But I think that in at least I know in England, seeing people they call them wellies or Wellingtons.
All right.
Some of them.
It's a hot summer's day. You want to slip on a shoe. This shoe has a little dividing point. What do you call it in Australia?
Thongs.
What do you call it in England?
Where's from?
Flip flop. Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah, they call them flip flops in Britain and stuff as well. Like my roommate from England called them flip flops as well, and I was surprised by that actually.
All right. Well, here's a great question for us, Aussies, Sarah. So another version. What did you call the shoe that you slip into that does not have a dividing thing between the toe? Sort of covers.
Oh,
half
geez,
of
I
the
don't know.
foot.
Do people even wear them anymore?
I do. I'm wearing them right now.
What?
Sandals.
Sandals. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess because sandals come in different designs, so I wouldn't really think of that as a sandal. But yeah, a sandal is what I'd call it. But I've heard people call them jandals as well, which is really weird. Like, why are you calling them jandals, mate? What? Who are you? Have you heard it? Have you heard someone call them jandals?
No.
I have. It's so weird.
No.
I think the people in okay. Let's see. I'm just seeing the comments. Okay, Chase is saying that Go-Gurt is yogurt you put in the freezer. We just call it frozen yogurt. So Chase said coat jacket. So coat and jacket apparently. Skylar said a coat, question mark. Oh, Skylar said anorak, question mark. Never used or heard that one. Don't know if I spelt it right. I don't even know how to spell it correctly. So Skylar said shoe, and then Skylar said flip-flops, then Skylar said flip-flops or sandals. Yeah. But the thing is here, I don't know if it is everywhere else, but flip-flops or thongs, as we call it, which I know is a completely different thing over there. But flip-flops and sandals are completely different type of shoe. Like, just completely different.
Yeah. So, see, this was my problem. I took quite a few hours trying to work out what the heck the one is that I like to wear without the dividing thing in the middle, because I thought sandals were something you sort of strap.
Yeah, well, that's what I was seeing when I saw sandals in my head. That's why I didn't really say the word sandals when you mentioned it. That's why I was like, do people even wear shoes that cover the toes but don't have any backs to them or whatever. Like, I don't even know what you were trying to describe then. But sandals was not what I had in mind.
Okay, I want to see if you two agree on this one. So, Sarah, you're, for example, at a shopping center, a mall, whatever the heck you want to call it, and you want to go up to the next level. But instead of using the escalator, you don't want to use that. You decide to use something else. What do you call the machine that you go up to the next level in?
A lift?
Yeah. Gerard, what do you call it?
Lift.
A lift.
Is there another word that I'm not aware of?
There is elevator.
Oh, an elevator. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah.
I see it as like a very American word.
I mean,
So
yeah, I mean, I've obviously heard the elevator. I've heard people say that, but lift is like pretty
Lift is
common.
And in England as well. Yeah.
But like in Australia, and this is another one, what would you call it when you go to see a film out somewhere? What would you call it? Like the place that you go?
Out, as in like outside.
Not outside, just when you go to the
Oh,
place.
The movies.
Yeah, we just call it the movies, right?
Go to the movies. Yeah.
Well, that's not what everyone else calls it.
Oh, what does everyone else call it? I'm scared now.
What would you call it over there, Gerard?
wait, can you repeat that? I was typing something there.
Francois, can you explain the question? Because I explained it terribly the first time.
So if you're going out to see a picture somewhere, how would you say, like a film, how would you say that in a sentence? So in Australia, we say, I'm going to the movies. What would you say?
It's a very local term, but we just say we're going to the pictures.
Pictures.
Okay, so that's
Pictures.
pretty standard. I know that people obviously call it the cinema as well, so we're going to the cinema. And I'm trying to look it up, but in South Africa they call it something completely different. But I'm looking it up.
We've got cinema. Guys also saying or theatre, which is interesting because theatre here in Australia, you're more referring to like a show like on stage. That's more the theatre than going to the movies. Cinema, if you want to be fancy.
The cinema. Going to the cinema. Yeah, they call it something different in South Africa, but I can't find the name. But I did remember seeing a video of the differences, in South Africa, and they had like a completely different word for for the movies. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Right. So I just want to let everyone know, as fun as this is, that in about 10 minutes I'm going to wrap this up because I'm just realizing the time.
No, that's okay.
But if anyone would like us to say or whatever, feel free to let us know. Any other questions, any other comments or whatever, feel free to let us know. This is the last time that we are doing a chat prior to at least the Australian New Year. So it's an opportunity to wish everyone, just in case I do miss you, to wish everyone here below, let me know, a very happy New Year and a happy and prosperous 2018. Hope you'll get to watch. So there you go.
I'm just reading the comments. Skylar said, hee thongs. And Chase said, here, if you asked for a thong store, they would give you little underwear. Yes, look, we are aware that we know what the word thong means in other places. I don't know what Australia, why we did this, but yeah. They call them something different here as well. The little underwear, as you call it, has a different name here. So, Skylar calls it. What?
Don't tell everyone what the name is.
Would you like to tell them?
I don't know if I'm confused by the second one, but I think the first one is called a G.
G-string.
Is that right? G-string, yeah. And then I heard a term that I don't know if it's real or not, which is a B-string.
I never heard of it, mate. Never
heard. It's like a male
version.
version.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
on, Sarah.
No, this is the thing. This is literally a conversation I had with the English roommate that I had here. Because, you know, she called underwear pants. And in Australia, pants are just like pants, like your leg coverings, you know, your actual...
Yeah.
She would call them trousers and we would call them pants, but she would call underwear pants. And we had a massive like miscommunication just because she kept saying pants. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like actual pants? Yeah. And it was like a whole thing I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was a difference.
No,
So
I'm so happy you brought that up because I've not heard of, but I've seen a few shows and movies where Americans will refer to like boxers or whatever as shorts. And I find that interesting because shorts in Australia are things that you wear on the outside, like that you don't cover up. So, but yeah, they call them short.
Yeah,
Oh,
so differences are interesting. Skylar calls it an elevator. And here we have a similar Uber service called Lyft. So yeah, but spelt with a Y.
What's I going to say? Yeah, very interesting fact before we go on. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Americans, that in America the term ground floor does not exist. In America, when you go into a lift, the lowest level is actually called level 1. And then you go there. Maybe in Australia we have ground floor as the lowest floor.
Yeah, there's like the G in the lift or the elevator. There's an actual G for ground floor, and then there'll be one. If there is a basement, there'll be like, you know, below that, but there'll be the G for ground floor, and then they'll go to level 1 after that, I think.
And depending on your scenario, there may be an M for mezzanine.
Maybe. No.
Melbourne. I love it. Sorry, Gerard, what did you say?
Here it's sort of a mix. You can either it depends on which one you're in. You can either have a G or a 1. But
yeah, so
we don't, for some reason here, we don't do our basements with a B. It's a G1.
Okay, that's
which is
confusing.
Because like I was in a university one day doing an open day, and there was like a lift. So I was like, oh, G1, it must not really matter. Pressed it, and I was in the basement. I was like, oh, so there's difference here. Back up we go.
No, I think there's a B for basement or like car park, so maybe a C. No, I don't think there's a C, but yeah, usually a B for basement, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think so.
G1. That's just really confusing. Your country just needs to sort their lifts out because that is just not cool.
There's a lot of things that need to sort out, but I'm here for ours.
I love that you're actually saying that. Okay, yep. Next comment. Where are we up to?
Let me. Sorry, I've lost me spot, haven't I?
Yeah.
All right. Skylar said movie theater. Chase said cinema, and Skylar said or theater, just theater.
Yeah.
Skylar said cinema if you want to be fancy. Yeah, Chase is saying movies. I don't know. I think that's more of an Australian thing, going to the movies.
Yep.
Skylar said theatre for movies.
Skylar says, yeah.
What are you saying?
I find this comment interesting that you're reading right now.
Yeah, theatre for movies and theatre for shows, but the theatre is spelled differently each one. So
yeah, so ER for movies and RE for shows.
Yeah, we have an issue here as well with centre. There's ER and RE for centre. And we usually use I don't know.
Come on, Sarah, you can do it.
I don't know right now. I'm tired.
Okay, fair enough. I think we use RE, but
I think that's what I was going to say. I think we use RE as well.
I think America's ER. Okay, Skylar says we changed the spelling to know which one you're talking about, which is really interesting because when you're talking, how would you know? But I guess
Yeah, exactly.
the prefix, cinema, theatre, whatever. Yeah. Yep. So Scarlett showing us again. ER for films, RE for Broadway shows, which is interesting as well. I love that you call it Broadway. We don't really call it Broadway here, but there you go. Chase says like a
G6. It's a song.
Oh, I got a song second. Yes.
Yeah, it's a song.
With me, Sarah. Cool.
What? Yeah.
Okay. Scarlett says, yeah, we use thong and G-string, lol, although G-strings are thinner ones and thongs are a bit thicker in the butt part. So cool.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know there was such a difference. But, you know, here on comment below and let me know. We discuss these things.
Exactly. The more you know, shining star. Okay. Pamela says, and I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Pamela, for 2018.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Scarlett says, or the lobby. Yep, the lobby.
Go to the lobby. Yeah, no, we don't really call it lobby here in Australia.
Not ground floor, but alpha lobby. Yeah, for over there. Yeah.
A mezzanine is used in train stations. Really? Over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's right. Yeah, train. Yeah. Well done. Chase says, in the high school I went to, there were classes in the basement.
We didn't have basements in our school, in our high school.
No, we didn't either. And I don't think we even had like more than one story at our high school.
And in Australian houses, we don't really have. I mean, probably in bigger houses they might, but in most Australian houses, I find that we don't have basements or attics either. So maybe attics, but we don't have basements.
Yeah, in most we don't. Basements are relatively unheard of. Attics, if you want to make an attic, can. It's
I mean, we have a manhole in our ceiling where I think this is an older house, so like the hot water system I think is up in the ceiling. So we have a manhole, but I wouldn't really call that an attic. It's literally just a hole, and the hot water systems you can't really go up there and store things. It's not a room or anything. It's just a dark ceiling in the manhole. So
yeah,
we don't really have attics. No.
I was definitely very gutted by it after watching quite a few seasons of Charmed. I finally one day approached my mum and said, "Mum, how do I access the attic?" She said, "You can't."
You don't have one, son. There is no attic.
I want to put my book of shadows up there and everything, but anyway.
No. Or if we do have an attic, I've seen one house, but it was like a much fancier house and in a different area to where I live, like a nicer area. They had an attic, but it was a very tiny room. It's not like you actually go up the stairs and there's an actual proper room there. Like it was literally just like a step ladder thing and a circle hole in the ceiling and like a little small room where you can store things, but it wasn't like it is in the movies and TV shows at all.
Yeah. Even though it's an old house, I wouldn't mind living in the Charmed One's manor. I think it's built very nicely. Yeah. Anyway, that's just completely irrelevant. Okay, that's good. We've got to start saying your Happy New Year's if you're writing in the comment section. Unfortunately, we are going to have to start wrapping up. Chase said, Scarlett says, did you see the theatre versus theatre? Yes. Are you asking me if I've gone to both? If you are, yes. If you're asking me if I saw your comment, yes, I did. But yes, definitely have gone to both. We just don't call it Broadway here. We just call it
the theatre. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so definitely would love to stage show. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I would love to go to some shows on Broadway in New York. I'd also love to go and see something at Albert Hall. I don't know what it is, but Albert Hall really amazes me. String is like a piece of string up the butt. Exactly right, Chase. Where a thong in Australia is something you wear on your feet.
Yep.
Oh,
Up the toe,
so
between the toes.
that goes between the two. Oh, God. But I must say, I never liked that. And just very quickly on that, my niece was over on the day before Boxing Day, and she was wearing one of those things. And I said, "Oh, how can you stand it?" She said, "I don't have another choice, but I hate it because it chafes or whatever. But it chafes between
Chase.
the big toe and the second toe. Chafes. Thank you. I
Chase.
don't use the word. Right, thank you.
Yeah, are you talking about actual thongs, like flip-flops?
I'm talking about the one that has the divider between the big toe and the second toe, not the one that doesn't have the divider.
I wear them often, and that's but the thing is like I think Australians like them. And I was telling a friend the other day from America, they actually have vending machines with them in Australia. I think Australians like them because like the top part of your foot is uncovered because of the heat, but the bottom part is covered, so you don't have to deal with like the hot ground or anything. I think that's why Australians like wearing them.
Well, why, in that case, wouldn't you just wear the one without the toe divider? Like
I think most people find them comfortable though.
Okay.
Maybe just
to
not
each their
you.
Okay, people, I'm going to plow through these comments. Scarlett says, I've seen both here, attics and basements. There's actually a lot of basement apartments for rent. Normally can be cheaper or used. I'm totally aware of that. You can actually rent out basement apartments. Sometimes it's done legally, sometimes it's done illegally, but I was aware of this.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? We'll have to talk about it next year. So, guys, we're going to take a whole year off and we'll be back in 2018. Okay. Chase says, yawns, I almost fell asleep on my keyboard.
I'll be that boring, Chase.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chase. We really do try. Here they make bars the size of slingshots.
Bras.
Yeah, so... oh, bras. Oh, goodness. Well, I can't really comment. Although I will say this only because I have permission to, and I know she wouldn't be embarrassed because she's telling everyone about this. My sister actually asked me for a voucher from a store here in Australia called Bras and Things. And when she got the voucher, she was telling everyone at work, yeah, brother who buys me a voucher from Bras and okay. So yeah, so I'm comfortable with talking about them, but I don't obviously use them. And Sarah, do you want to take that one, Sarah, or do we leave that?
What? I didn't hear what you said.
That in the States they have bras the size of slingshots.
I have nothing to say to that, buddies. Nothing to say to that.
Skylar says, if we call them Broadway shows because most are located on Broadway, the street. Oh, that I did not know. Go. All the big ones are there, but there's off-Broadway shows too. Now guessing is shows that are not done on the street of Broadway. God, that sort of diminishes it a bit for me. Anyway, guys, says when you purchase tickets, they separate them like that. Broadway versus off-Broadway. Off-Broadway is cheaper, right? And Chase is taking nightmares. No problems at all, Chase. Completely understand that. All right. Well, before we go, once again, I just want to say that I hope everyone had. I'm going to go backwards and forwards. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you all have. And fulfilling 2018, whatever it is that you decide to do, I hope it is fulfilling, and then I hope that you stay with all of us for 2018. I'm not going to ask anyone what the New Year's resolutions are because the amount of posts I've seen on Facebook from people saying, I don't have one and don't ask me, I won't ask.
Yeah.
But there is anything you want to say before we end the chat, last chat for the
No, just, no, it's been good joining chats this year. I forget because I feel like we've been doing these chats for such a long time, but all of us only met a little bit earlier this year. So, yeah, it's been a good time.
Right. We'll have to do something fun for our anniversary. And Gerard, if you have anything you would like to say before we end the chat?
I had a fun time for, well, I say my first, but like I've been at a couple of them but haven't really said anything in them, so I would consider this sort of my first hangout in your channel. So
Yeah, you've been on a few. I think. Well, I've been on one with you in it.
yeah, but I haven't sort of really said anything. So
yeah, good time.
Yeah, very much so. Well, thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated, right?
Francois, do you have? Sorry, I'm stretching, guys. Do you have anything to add before we go, Francois?
Holy fuffle, it's untied. All right, everyone. Thank you.
I thought you were going to throw out the whole. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire before we went?
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? All right, guys. Look, this has been an amazing year for me, 2018. For comment below and let me know. It's just been great to get to know all of you, each and every one of you. As we know, comment below and let me know spreads out all throughout the world, and that is such a blessing. And it's definitely not something that I take. I am just so grateful each and every day for what we have achieved here with this family.
Yeah.
So thank you all very, very much for that. Hey, good. Okay, so yeah, so we are going to go because for Sarah and myself, in about
20 minutes,
about 8 hours and 20 minutes, it's going to be so we're going to go and do what we are doing, whatever it is that you're doing, celebrate the new year. I hope that you have a lot of fun. If it's with people, yay, hope you have fun with them. If it's in solidarity, like it might be for me, but that's always a fun thing for me. I hope you're having fun. But yeah, whatever you're doing, stay safe. And of course, we have a great saying in Australia, and I am going to repeat it because I think it bears repeating. And the saying in Australia is, if you drink and drive, you're a bloody idiot. So please keep out there. We want no accidents.
Yeah, safety.
Drink,
safety. I mean,
Uber's
Francois made that sound quite humorous, but no, yeah, safety first.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. Been awesome to chat with all of you and been so fantastic to do another hangouts, which is great. Hope to do more in the new year. But I'll see you all once again in the new year. Thank you so very, very much. And I'm going to go before I keep waffling on. But thanks, guys. Lots of love to you all. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Make love and not war, and give someone you love a hug today. Bye, guys.
Bye.